My name is Pina, and I'm the Veterans Resource Coordinator at PC Sylvania. And I am a veteran of the Army. I spent 5 years in the Army. Any soldiers? There's one. There's a soldier. Any other? No, you don't need to clap. That's all right. We don't like that. Just if you're a veteran, or more importantly, a dependent of a veteran, shout out for you. Community college, we talk a lot about transitions. We talk a lot about moving from one space to another. And we talk a lot about equity. I consider myself an equity worker. I hear a lot of talk about social justice, which is great. I'm here to tell you that the equity lens doesn't quite capture student veterans' independence, but we're going to fix that. Who are these people? I just highlighted some folks. I am one. So who are student veterans' dependents? Well, they often look like you and me, except they have another layer, another intersectionality, another element to our identity that all too often civilians are a little scared of or a little apprehensive of, and it's okay. We're going to lean into discomfort together. Why? Because that's the mission. Like Dr. Avery mentioned earlier, community colleges are at the front lines of anti-poverty work. I often think my work is anti-poverty work. We can talk about whether that's good or bad, but that's the reality. And in our community college, we have scads of veterans and dependents who fall into those categories of poverty, fall into those patterns of injustice. And while only 2% of PCC students are veterans or dependents, we know about 20% of all our full-time students are veterans and dependents. 20% is a big number. And so on our campus, we have roughly 825 veterans and dependents who are actively using their benefits. Yet we know through equity work nationally, there's a hidden 30. They may be in this room. There's about 30% of those 825 that don't identify as veterans. They don't use their services. They're typically women and people of color in marginalized communities, and we don't see them. We don't see them. And so on our campus, part of my job is to render that hidden 30 seen, to help us understand that they're not alien, they're not foreign. They're our mothers, our daughters, our sons, our husbands, our friends, our lovers. They're in the classroom, they're teaching classes, they're administrating programs. They're all around us. Yet, and here's the tricky part, my identity informs me as a man of color. I'm a veteran. I'm not just that, though. I'm a dad. I'm a Red Sox fan. Woo! I'm a Patriots fan. It's all right. You got them rings? Got them rings? Nope, you don't got them rings. And so like all those other intersections that we learn about, the veteran identity or that of a dependent, it informs. It doesn't define. And so I would challenge us all when we're thinking about veteran narratives, veteran concerns, and challenges, that we don't forget these are whole people, that they're not just veterans and dependents. So my time's up, but if you'd like to hear more, we're going to have a breakout session where I'm not going to talk. You're going to hear the voices of students, student veterans, student dependents who actually work these realities, who live these realities. So if you'd like to hear more and engage more, please join us this morning at 11:15, I think, for our breakout session. Thank you.